morning and welcome to my channel, PawfectPastimes. My name's Amanda, my friends call me Ammo, and I live in Dorset in the southwest of England with my husband and my two dogs, Willow there, and you'll see Gwynny coming in and out. It is Saturday the 23rd of May and it is 23 degrees in here. So I've been trying to get this done this morning before it gets too hot, because it does tend to get hot in here. We've been to the farm shop, I've done some things up in the new hut, and we've been faffing around the house, and this is the first opportunity I've had to sit down and talk to you. I've been upstairs and had a quick shower again, so hair's a bit weird. Hairdresser told me to not use hot things on it, so I'm letting it dry naturally, and it's a mess. Apologies, never mind, it's only hair. I've still got my hair, I'm happy. Anyway, I'm trying to get this done before the sun comes over, because it gets very hot in here and light goes a bit weird. So what should we do? Okay, welcome to all my new subscribers. I've had quite a few new ones join me. Thank you very much for hitting that subscribe button. Don't forget the like button, that gets me out there. Hype if you can, share, I don't mind. The more the merrier. I'm enjoying myself and I enjoy your company very much, especially if you comment. I do comment back. Also, thank you very much for everybody who's joined me over on Instagram. I will put the where you can find me up here. The PawfectPastimes Instagram account is a new one, so thank you for starting my little journey on the PawfectPastimes Instagram again. I'm very grateful if you come and join me over there. I'm trying to try and keep it creative on there more than personal family stuff, and it isn't full of people who aren't interested in what I'm doing here. Last night I was bitten and I've got a bite just there. If you think my jaw's swelly, it is. It's got a big lump there, and I've got a couple more down here. One mosquito. I normally act quite badly to the smaller the mosquito, the bigger the bite on me. So I'm hoping this doesn't go infected, because I don't think it will be very good for me. Anyway, last time I think I spoke to you about the Lorien sweater and the Birds and Ships cowl, neither of which I've yet started. I've been a bit busy around the house doing garden and things like that. I've put a few more flowers in at the front end for you that are coming into their own at the moment. If I keep looking down, it's because I'm looking at my notes and brain's trying to decide what I'm supposed to be saying to you. So I haven't started the Lorien sweater that I've bought from Bird Street Yarns at Unravel, and I haven't started the Birds and Ships using the Camel's yarn. There's Miss Gwyn. There was Miss Gwyn. But what I have been working on is a little bit of the 3-season cardigan, which I seem to be showing you each time at the moment, by Wool and Pine. Yeah, Wool and Pine. And I've just done another 2 inches. You can just start to see there's the lace and the other bits of cable coming on. That little sheep who's round the wrong way was your progress keeper from last time. So I'll now move him down, her down. There we go. Still round the wrong way. Get in there. There we go. Little sheep, your progress marker. So I've done almost one repeat of the centre panel, as you can see. I am just coming into the middle twist, and I'll go out again into another bit of the moss stitch centre panel there. It's coming on. This beautiful yarn is, oh, I haven't got the ball band. I'll go and get a skein. Wait 1 minute. I'm back. These are the worsted skeins by Malabrigo in colour 041 Burgundy. but it's not burgundy. It's more of a deep rust, I think, anyway. The Malabrigo yarns, and it is oh, it's on the front, 100% merino, worsted weight, and it's knitting so beautifully. Very, very soft. The pattern is now in my head better, so I could get some more onto that, but the garden's been calling me far too often just lately. Anyway, I keep that all together. Another one I've been working on in the evenings especially is the Papas pullover by Knit Cafe Midori. Is that Midori Hiroshi? Yeah, Midori Hiroshi. And this is the Papas pullover. I was looking for something light and airy because I wanted to use the ocean blue brushed merino that I bought from Knotted by Nish at the last Unravel. If you remember, it was this colour, which is very bright and strong, but I do like strong, rich colours. So even though it's quite bright, it's not pastel or wishy-washy. I don't know if you can hear the church bells. They're having a good practice up at the church, so that's the background noise of today, as well as Willow snoring. Brushed merino in ocean, and the Papas pullover is a nice light airy thing for, though it's brushed merino, it's for putting over a summer top. And I have finished in the middle of a row, which is a bit naughty, but it's an interesting construction. These are on provisional cast-ons. That is the back, I think. There's the split for the neck, and I'm coming down the front now, and you can see how light and airy that is, and it's working up really fast and really nicely. Actually, I still think I'm going to have a load of this left over. Once I've done the front down to the length of the back, this is the cuff here, which will fold over. We then pick up and go in the round for down the body. I don't know if there's a picture of how it works in here without giving away too much of the pattern. I don't know. There we go. I've done this part here, I'm doing the other side of it, and then they join in the round and do this part together for as long as you need to. So that's coming on when I want a bit of mindless knitting in the evening. I'm hoping that won't be too much longer, because that is on a 6.5mm needle, so it shouldn't really be too long. So that's my 3-season cardigan and my Papas pullover, which I have been working on. And last week I finished the first shawl in the Shawl Society 6, which was the Serpentine Pavilion. Excuse me. And this week they released shawl 2 in the Shawl Society 6, and it is Carnaby Street. And I haven't got a decent picture on here. I will try and find one. Is that focused? I'll try and find one and put one in here from the Ravelry group. It's basically a rhomboid, and you go up vertical stripes in a rhomboid, so they fall off the edge, as it were. They give you very many options for the yarn in this one. A lot of sock yarn held with floof of some sort. You can do it all fingering sock yarn. Obviously it will be a lot smaller. There is a double knit option, and I am trying to use up stash with this particular project, the seasons. So I went and had a look in my stash for something I could use in double knit, and I have 2 balls of this Serdar colour wheel. Now these are very, very much not my colours at all, but it is working up okay. I've done mine a little bit narrower too. I think you've got to cast on 135. I've cast on 87. But you can see the rhomboid shape it is, and there's the stripes. And because I'm only doing 87, the stripes are coming out at a decent depth. Just going into the pink. I'm in on this board at the moment. I've got 2 of them. So to have these out of my stash and used will be fabulous. It's 80% acrylic, 20% wool, a Serdar. The blocks of colour are quite wide, but in this they're coming out quite narrow, and I think it's brilliant. That is the Shawl Society. The patterns come with tick sheets, because the bulk of the pattern is always the same, but you are going up a rhomboid, so that helps. That gives you percentage on how far you've gone as well. And I'd like to use this ball up, and hopefully a big chunk of that one will be lovely too, but we'll see. And that fits in that bag. So that's been travelling around the garden with me rather than even in knitting. When I have a little break from doing gardening-y things or building summer houses, which has been my main preoccupation this week. I will give you a show of the summer house when I'm totally finished with how it is. I'm very excited with it. It's a lovely place to sit. So, and the last thing I have been knitting on is my Wednesday socks. And these are, oh gosh, I can't remember her name now. I'll just look her up. I found her, and it is Spin and Blether socks. And I've shown you the balls of yarn before. The main sock is, I think, Wednesday's Child, and the toe and cuff will be, I think it is Woe Is Me. I'd have to check on I'd have to check on the website, because they didn't come with a label, I don't think anyway. But I'm doing these at the same time because you get two identically wound balls plus the contrast. And as you can see, this one I have just about, I'm doing a toe up fleagle heel. There are my gusset increases up there. And this one, I have done the heel flap as well. So there's the toe, there's the gusset increases, and there's the heel flap at the back. And I've just started going in the round again. And I can go along in the round for as long as I want to. I've got that much yarn left, that's quite a lot. I'd like them quite high because I like them above my Orinoco boots. I'll then put a contrast. It's getting too warm. Cuff on the top. So this one I'm going to do the heel flap to go with the gusset, and then they'll both be just up the leg until I'm happy with the length that go above my boots, and I can do the contrast. I have written down my recipe for doing the fleagle heel. If you think that would be something, I'm going to write it down and see if I can put it somewhere on my channel, perhaps in the community part as a PDF, then you can print it out. I hope. I still haven't got the hang of how the community part works. It's a bit peculiar, but I will write it down for you longhand. So I have got to film putting in the hill for these, especially for Mandy. Mandy makes, and I have got to film how I do my 2x1 Italian bind off. I have got that already, I just haven't had a chance to film anything, but I will write that as a PDF and put it in the community part for you if that's of interest to anyone. Okay, this week I have a few incomings in the yarn department. One was this new Luca S yarn that has come into Black Sheep Wools, and it's called Woolen Walk. They have 3 different types of the Luca S yarn, but I like the look of this for some summer shorty socks. So if I can get those Wednesdays off the needles, I can put these on for some summer shorties. I think it is upside down, that's what it is. 4-ply, 75% wool, 25% polyamide, 50 grams is 205 meters on 3mm. So I'll easily get 2 socks out of that, shorties especially. I'll wind it off into 2 cakes and see how I go with that anyway. God, my hair is a mess. It's drying weird. Just ignore the hair. Anyway, another incoming I had was for a project that I've had in my printed off list, and I saw Amber, her podcast is, her YouTube channel is, Amber's YouTube channel is A Lovely Yarn, and she was talking about Drops Bell. So I have the Lauro sweater, and I thought I'd try and do that in a Drops Bell. So I chose Unicolor 34. Have I got that written down somewhere? Thought I did write it down somewhere. Drop Spell Unicolor 34 is called Purple Orchid, and I thought that would be a nice make. I want to get the papas out of the way. There's lots of things I could cast on, but my brain starts fizzing and itching if I start thinking about having too many on the needles. So I have bagged this up in this beautiful Drops Bell, which is 4mm yarn group B, 21 stitches, 120 meters to a 50 gram, 53 cotton, 33 viscose and 14 linen. And Amber says it's really lovely to make with. It looks like it could, it's very loosely spun, and I'm looking forward to giving it a go. She rates it quite highly. So that is bagged up with the Lauro sweater, and that is ready to go. And I'll put that in my project bag over there, ready to go. And the last incoming I had come this week was one that Sam and Shelley of one of our Discord groups are looking forward to seeing. I had the Serafina pattern by Irina Anakiva. Another light summer top. I did enjoy doing, oh, the bruises. I did enjoy doing my last summer top, cloudburst. I apologise. So I printed off the Seraphina, and the yarn for this came in also this week. I like strong colours. I don't do pastels, or I don't do brights. I do strong and I do neutrals. This is a strong bright, but I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna why not? And this is called Drops Yarnsmith's Merino DK in 3366 magenta. I can do a hot pink. That is a pure pink. Whether it will suit me or not, I don't know, but I don't mind strong colours, and that is certainly blast your eyeballs out. So if you are watching, Sam and Shirley, that's the one we were talking about. And I think I've got an itch to cast this on soon as well. So I've got my big bag of magenta pink merino Yarnsmith's yarn to go in the Seraphina, and I think that will be quite a nice change from my usual blues, greys and drabby colours or neutrals. And again, bagged up for the project basket. I think I can crack on with the papas this week. I don't think once I've made into the round it's going to take long. It's just going to keep round and round and round. So I think my aim this week is to finish these socks. This is a butternut handmade Conchita butternut handmade sock bag. So I'd like to get those finished. I'd like to get the papas sweater finished, and then I can start one of the others. I also want to do the write-up for how I do my Fleagle toe-up socks, because they are so easy. They fit me wonderfully. And I will get round to the rest of the videoing. So that is all my yarniness this week. I have put a bit of the garden in for you to see. And one other last thing is my painting, my nature journaling. I told you I wanted to start a new nature journal, and I wanted it to be about the moths. I haven't trapped this month. I won't do it till next month now. So I'm going to paint up some of the moths that we have in our trap, and I bought, to do that, a Cardi Papers fat book, about 1 inch thick, and it is cotton rag paper. And I'd like to put all the moths in here. So I started this week and I did the chocolate tip. And I enjoy doing him very much. There's a nature journaling circle. I think it's Nature Journaling Circle. I'll just look that up as well. No, it's Nancy Roberts of My Nature Diaries on Instagram, and I follow her on YouTube as well. And she uses this style very much, and I really enjoy how she's done it. It's quite factual, and I like that idea. So I am borrowing her style for doing these moths. I'm setting up for the next one, hence having the washi tape, which is deciding to leave the page all over my fingers. And I've done the chocolate tip. I'm just starting to set up for the next page, which I will get on with. I'm putting myself together a little kit so that I can take it out into the garden and paint out there at some point. So that is what I'd like to get on in here. We have a lot of moths, so I think they will be a lovely addition to that nice big book of, it's a nice size, isn't it? It is, oh, I haven't got a, oh, there we go. It's 8.5, 21 centimetres, 8.5 inches, just over 8 inches. So that's a nice size to get a decent sized picture in, and information about the moths, weather, and when I found them. There we go. You can read all that. And I just enjoyed sitting down and getting on with that. So I am sorry it's all a bit rushed again this week. It's the editing that takes the time, and it's going to start getting warm. Yeah, I'm already up to 24 degrees and the sun's not over the top yet. So I'm going to love you and leave you this week. Thank you again for coming. Oh, before I go, I did have a visit down to my local town, and I went to the Minster. I've taken you with me for a trip to the Minster. It has a chained library, and it's only one of 5 in the whole country. So I thought you'd like a little look around the chained library. So I'll add that on to the end of this, and I hope you enjoy the little trip in that. It was lovely and cool in the church. So for this week, I am going to leave you with that clip at the end, and I hope you have a good week in this heat wave that is coming. I can't say I'm looking forward to it myself. It's very difficult with the dogs to keep them cool. Lots of showers. I'll probably have even more frizzy hair before I finish the week, but I've still got my hair. I'm looking after it as best I can. I'm not enjoying this look very much, but there you go. And I will get back to you hopefully next week. So stay safe, stay creative, and I will see you all very, very soon. Bye.